My go viddly van and Melonine, and well met indeed. I'm Arachir Galadirthan, and welcome back to Middle-earth as we continue on as the Woodland Realm. We are doing very well as the Woodland Realm. We're doing relatively well as the Ardenheim, but as those of you who tuned in on Saturday will know, many mistakes were made, so it's a nice reprieve to come back to the campaign where we are dominating. The Woodland Realm holds all of Mirkwood, save for a small blight and embarrassment on our southern side, where Dol Guldur is still held by Dale. In the south, though, we have an army attacking Mordor. Our hope is to try and put pressure on Mordor. And another reason why we don't want to fight Mordor in the Ardenheim campaign is because we're at war with them in the Woodland Realm campaign. But then we have to be, really. It's part of our victory conditions. We need to hold 20 regions. We've already got 13. And we need to defeat Mordor and Dol Guldur. Now, Dol Guldur are gone, Mordor are not. And Gundabad are no longer a threat. The dwarves have got Onazanar in the north, the withered heath of the eastern arm of the Grey Mountains. Ered Mithrin, isn't it? Yes. Didn't even have to look at the map. I mean, I did to confirm I was right, but yes. Anyway, we're attacking Dane's Halls with a sizable army led by King Thranduil the Bastion. Callie and I would love to share with you the day as she wanders around my feet, meowing at me for whatever reason is on today's agenda. And north of us is Captain Lagbug. Captain Lagbug can't help his allies in Dane's Halls, but as many of you have pointed out, and as I'm very, very, very well aware, and do not worry, as having coded most of them in anyway, Dane's Halls gets a giant garrison when we assault it. Certain settlements, of course, get a garrison whether or not that nation has built a garrison hall, and Dane's Halls is one such region. So when we attack that, there'll be a massive garrison. Couple that with the fact that Dane's Halls is also a horrible battle map to assault. I mean, it's a lovely battle map. It's really good fun. But to attack it is very difficult. So we might be sieging them out for 12 turns, so I apologise for that. But the Morannon, I imagine, won't hold. Now, you might recall in the last episode as well that the Morannon was initially besieged by Captain Viduhar of Dorwinion, who is a firm ally of mine. I then decided to assist him and stood by his side in the assault of the Black Gate, Mordor's greatest and most defiant obstacle, second only to Barad-dûr itself, which currently resembles a Northman town. And then the very next season, he decided, nah mate, I'm good, and buggered off. And he's twaddled off into the Dagorad, into the Dead Marsh is what I was trying to say. So we stand alone, but Dantalad is held by Dorwinion, as is the Dead Marshes, the Dagorlad. So there's a lot going on. If you're wondering why you're seeing all of these invasions dotted around, there are 3 there. They're all going to Erebor, which has been declared enemy number 1, persona non grata by Sauron. And I think that about covers a recap. It's been a while since we played the Woodland Realm. I will be live streaming the Woodland Realm this weekend as a nice, as I say, reprieve, really, from the Ardenheim. But I think we're at an end turn, so let's do that. I am loving the Ardenheim campaign. It is good fun, but I also appreciate that at the moment, in the early stages, when you assault someone who doesn't have any of your culture, you can't use very many units for a long time, and you don't have very much money, you take on a naturally defensive stance. You become the Switzerland of whichever region you've decided to defend. And that leads to, as you've seen, and many people of you are getting bored with, constant bridge battles. But there's very little I can do. The bridge battle is single-handedly the most efficient way for me to defeat the insane numbers that Gondor has. Were I to move out from that bridge, it would be suicide. Honestly, I think Legend of Total War could take over that Ardenheim campaign, and if he left the sanctity of that bridge battle, I am very confident he too would also suffer at the hands of Gondor's insane troop numbers. We're outnumbered like 9-1. If they pulled all of their forces together and actually attacked us with a modicum of sense, they would destroy us in a heartbeat. But we are holding on through their stupidity at the bridge battles, for one, and just the mere fact that it is a bridge battle is all that's really keeping us alive. But turning our attentions back to the Woodland Realm, we are doing relatively well. We actually make good money. We've got lots of people coming through our lands because of that invasion, Mordor included. Goodness gracious. Grishnak and Zagrad are ploughing north with massive armies, which is why they're probably not too bothered about the Morannon. But I think we might need to assault the Morannon sooner rather than later, because that army will give us a right old problem. And I'd really like to get in there and start just trashing everything. So Morannon also gets a large garrison, which you're about to see firsthand, because we're going in, everyone. Brace yourselves.
Engage!
It's about to happen. Now, the Morannon, for all of its pomp and circumstance, of which it really has none, but I just really like those words, the Morannon, for its defensive nature, is actually not a very good settlement for the defender. It doesn't have any towers. The Towers of Teeth, I can't remember their individual names. It's like Narok and Karok or something. I can't remember. But anyway, the Towers of Teeth don't shoot. And actually, all it is an elaborate gatehouse. There's no threat assaulting the Black Gate, which is really disappointing and something I would love to change, but I just don't know if it's possible to have towers like that actually shoot. Now, obviously, those two there are towers, but the primary problem is that the AI never stands on the wall, because I'm not entirely certain that they can stand on the wall. No, I think they can. But anyway, the Towers of Teeth aren't towers, they're just buildings. So there's only 2 towers, which just massively lets the settlement down, and the AI either can't or just simply never stands on the wall. And it just makes this battle map quite simple, is the point I'm trying to get across. You just break down the gate, and then you rush into the other side. And that's it. And then you apply whatever tactic has worked for your nation up till that point, and you win. Although, now that I've just gone into that big spiel, no, indeed, they do not stand on the wall. Now, something that the AI does do, which really does not help them, but I've known them do a few times, is they sometimes leave the wall, and they come out to try and hit me. But let's hope they don't do that today, because that will be foolish. Now, we don't actually have a very large army here, to be honest, and Haldir no longer commands it, as you'll know, because he makes Dor Norhak not hate me. Something else about the Black Gate that was changed, I don't know when or why, but in previous iterations of this map, it was set up so that if you attacked the Black Gate from Mordor, you would spawn over here, and you would then attack essentially nothing, as you would expect. And I thought that was a really cool detail. But some point in the past years, I don't know when, it's been changed that it no longer does that. And I don't know when or why that was changed. I certainly didn't suggest it. And it could well be to do with the Sally Out bug, because the Black Gate doesn't have any walls on this side. There's no gate on this side. And I don't know, for those of you unfamiliar, the AI will never actually leave a settlement if it doesn't have gates when they sally. So if you're besieging a settlement, you're besieging a village, for example, and the AI then rises up and attacks your siege because they think they've got enough troops. Because that settlement doesn't have any gates, they won't actually attack you, they'll just sit inside. Now, if you start shooting at them, then they might move out in that instance because they don't want to be shot at. But if you don't start shooting at them, you can just stand outside the city and let the timer run down. And the only time they ever actually really sally and move to attack you is if there is a gate. And it's just something to do with the AI's behaviour that's almost certainly never going to be fixed, I'm afraid. The fix is to add gates to settlements. But what I don't know is if the gates, if there needs to just be a gate somewhere, or if they have to actually go through a gate in order to know to sally. And maybe that was why the change was made. Because there's a very real possibility that perhaps if the enemy is attacking from the Mordor side and the AI defense sallies out, then they probably don't do anything and you can just siege them out. But I think that that's still preferable. The AI thinking and planning bugs out all the time, and I just think it's better to have the settlement have that nice little cool feature of, oh cool, we're actually attacking from this side. I didn't think we would. I think that's better than having the AI be able to sally out if you attack them from behind. But anyway, all that means is that if you attack from the Mordor side, you actually attack from this side. And it's just a bit of a break in immersion. Now, annoyingly, the AI is going to stand behind the gate and actually try and funnel us, which I did not expect them to do. And I'm not entirely certain we're going to get through this. Our strength lies in our archers, and at the moment we can't use them. And those towers that I moaned about not being there are killing us slowly but surely. We're going to, if we can try and get some archers into the side over there, I think that's what we're going to want to do. Right, let's count at times 6. Let's send in smaller sized units first. Come over here for me, guys. And then what I'm going to want you to do, we're taking shots, but the towers aren't doing loads of damage at the moment, so we'll be alright. What I want you to do is run as well for now. This is probably a mistake, but the large Mordor, and actually if we just defended on the field when the large Mordor army hit us, that probably would have been a better idea. But then you wouldn't have gotten to see the Black Gate in all its glory and splendour, and we wouldn't have had this wonderful moment where I failed terribly in taking this otherwise defenceless settlement.
The enemy's walls belong to us now.
Right, now you guys have gone in, and then what I want you to do is try and push into them like that. And then if I can get you guys to run in. Let's go, let's go, let's go. If I can get you to nip past, so if you just go in and go thin, please. Don't get involved in melee. Well, the little army there blobs up. Oh, look, the banners of Lorien and the Woodland Realm side by side in all their glory. Right, they're coming through. This is a test, first of all. We probably don't have time to do this, actually. But they're in. Have you attracted the ire of our enemy? It looks like you might have done. Oh, no, 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 no. They don't really know what they want to do. Move over there, move over there. And there you go. Unleash Fury. Alright, let's send in another melee unit to help. Let's go. Ah, they immediately pulled their army out to deal with those archers. I think we're going to just want to blob it, aren't we? We're just going to want to blob it. Let's go, guys. In we go. If we can clear this side, then the archers can come in and deal with that side, or make space. So I think we've got this. So we're just going to blob. All of our infantry goes through the gate. The battle map looks really cool though, doesn't it? The actual gate itself does look really epic. The evil here must be lifted. Remember that our bodyguard units as well are some of the best melee warriors in our army. So they are not going to have any trouble dealing with the orc defenders. Which is another reason why I chose them first. I know that sometimes I don't seem like I know what I'm doing, but every now and then I do things that at least make tactical sense. Right, you're all we've got at the moment, so you need to help. There we are, pick them off. Right, so the left side's going down, so what we want to do now is really clear that side, and then let's get the rest of these in. Every archer can just run in now. We've lost a few to the towers, but it's a necessary loss. It's a necessary evil. The archers are all getting in, they're not fighting. I know you're not in the best shooting position, but anyone that doesn't shoot will keep their arrows for later. Only the front line's really firing, but that will be alright. Right, all of you can group together. Kill off whatever's still fighting you there. Ah, they're running away. Oh, fantastic. No, no, now they're coming back. They don't know what they want. Right, if you stop firing, actually. There we are. Right, this is where we're now going to shine, and the enemy has just dug their own grave. Because now we can move our archer line forward. And it's going to become a massacre. You guys can come and stand in the back line there. Right, are you all in position? Unleash hell. Look at the arrows fly, and look at the grouping of the enemy. What a bad decision has been made. Oh, Mordor. Oh, you couldn't have done something more stupid if you tried. And I think the day is ours. Oh, we've already killed 50% while only losing 25. Sometimes I underestimate how powerful in melee we actually are. And I forget that unless the enemy's bringing their real elites, like an army of Uruks, they're just not going to do it. It's just not going to be their day. And our arrows are making swift work of the grouped up enemies over there. As they then rush out to meet us and are funneled by their own stakes, and they meet our line.
The battle is very much in our favour. Only half the enemy force remains.
Black Uruk Hellbeards walk so slowly that they're just sitting ducks. Always nice to see. Killing Blackbeard Hellbeards. Black Uruk Hellbeards. The Black Uruks of Mordor come before us. Now the enemy general is a little selfish, one feels, because he's decided to run away, stand outside the range of our archers, and watch as his army dies to the keen eyes of the elves. How disappointing for his forces. He will come back as soon as we take the town square. Oh, he is in fact already coming back. Oh, good. He's taking a lot of losses. Pull out of the way, that bodyguard. Get right into those orc defenders. 22 of them survive. Move the elven army forwards. And if you would, just keep shooting at them. Sod it. You'll catch the odd stray.
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
There we are. Fire whatever you like now. Right, we have lost a lot of melee forces in taking the gate, but it was worth it, wasn't it? This is definitely a campaign where we can take the odd poor battle. And I really wanted the gate. We can burn so much. We're going to get so much money for this. It's going to be fantastic. And I could also then actually give it to Dorwinion again. And I don't feel cheesy in doing that, because Dorwinion border this. I would feel cheesy if I gave it to, like, Erod Luin, for example. Giving a region to a nation who don't even border the faction from whom you took the region is cheesy. But giving this to Dorwinion is just offloading the burden, really.
Awed by the victory we have won here today.
And we might get some money out of it as well. 574 elves died. Inflating my ego. 176 kills, top spot to our Arainior. High Elders of the Forests. Although it's not High Elders of the Forests, because that would be Arainior Itawar. It is Forests Elders. Or Forests High Elders. You have to think of the High Elders as a single word, you see. Because it's not really Forests High Elders, it's like Forests Lords or something like that. And we have precedent for that in Sindarin from the Doors of Durin. The Doors of Durin have inscribed upon them the very thing that Gandalf says in Sindarin. And Tolkien specifically uses... 27,000 people would be massacred. We get 14,000 gold coins if we sack it. I think that's going to be more than if we occupy and then destroy. I'm going to sack it. 14,000 is enough gold coins anyway. Oh, it didn't even destroy the buildings. Oh, brilliant. Glory be. Why have you got 2 practice ranges? Oh, that's a Dominion camp. Alright. Well, mute yourself for a second, everyone. Because we're going to destroy it all. All right. You're talking to Ravanian, to Dale. Oh, you're all the way down to Barrett. And you're at Dantalad. Fantastic.
Always happy to
Dorwinion, here's an offer for you. Would you like the Black Gate? And to be honest, I don't even need money. I mean, have I asked for your map information before? I think so, but just give me map information. A token is all we need. Give us 1,000 gold coins. Yeah, that'll do.
I accept this one. An honour and a pleasure. Farewell.
Now, they're not going to hold it either. It's going to rebel immediately. But on the slim chance that it doesn't, we were never going to hold it. Look at the army I've got here. The expedition was going to end there. We're up against the might of Mordor, for crying out loud. But even if Mordor get it back, it's going to be ages before it's useful to them. They will get their trash units out of the castle. Everyone does. But they won't get anything else out of it. So we've made it next to useless. And Dorwinion and I can't use it for years. It will take way longer for the culture to convert to our culture than it will to rebuild the infrastructure I destroyed. So I'm not overly concerned. And that Hall of Culture will give us another free upkeep over here, which is good. But we do need to start mustering a force on the southern front. Now, with our newfound wealth, we should try and buy Dol Guldur again.
Sire.
Because I really want Dol Guldur. Give me Dol Guldur back. Aknodiorn, can you take a unit as a garrison? No, you can't. Draikan, you can. Oh, you already have a unit anyway. Oh, and you've got some really good units, actually. Draikan is the place to be. I really, really, really want Dol Guldur, and this time I don't mind if it hates me because of the stupid garrison size. We can convert them all and they'll be happy. So what we need to do is build a little army. Oh, that's a thought. You can just move over as one. Yeah, train all of those. Just 3 is enough.
Sire.
And then your whole army move over. So in 2 turns' time, we're going to buy Dol Guldur from Dale. And then we've got an army there to hold it. I would also like that one as well, to be honest. I want them all. I want them all. Now, I was sending someone to Lim here to be the governor, wasn't I? But Akhnoriorn, that you can get there quicker. So Draugol, you go to Ostingar.
Like the wind. Follow me.
You go to Akhnoriorn. And Akhnoriorn, you go to Lim here. Is Akhnoriorn going to hate me enough? No, they don't mind me. You could get a militia garrison. I don't really need you to, but you could. Anywhere not building a thing after that 14,000? No, of course not. You're all building everything. Anyone not got any options? No, everyone has an option as well. Oh, we're doing really well. I am going to hold Witherboard for myself, so we can afford an artist studio. We probably need about 10,000, I think, to buy Dol Guldur. And I am going to just besiege out Dane's Halls. It will be suicide to try and take that. It will be absolute suicide. They're never going to be able to get any forces to us in time, so we're just going to hold that by sieging them out. But we've probably got an annoying little battle to fight on this bridge in a moment, because Mordor are not going to suffer that embarrassment. I think they will try and hound me out of their land. But that was a fantastic little win against Morannon, and that's how sieging... That's a much better way of raiding, I think. I don't like that in Warhammer you can just destroy regions completely. I like that you can sack them and move on. Because in essence, that's what we've done. Mordor are going to get the Morannon back within a heartbeat. Not very long at all before they get that back. So in essence, all we have done is raided it, destroyed every building, killed a lot of people, and then run away. And then Mordor will reclaim it. And that's the better way of sacking. I don't like that in Warhammer you can just raze towns to the ground and wipe out all the infrastructure, because it then takes a town like the Morannon, which is a fully fledged settlement, and would drop it down to a village tier again. And I just really dislike that that's a thing in Warhammer. You can take a tier 5 fully upgraded settlement and turn it into a ruin in a single turn. And I mean, I know that in practice that would happen, but it wouldn't really happen. A large town like that would never be reduced to a village. It would still have some infrastructure. We're not... How many times has a town been absolutely wiped off the face of the earth? Like, off the top of my head, I'm not a historian, but off the top of my head, all I can think of is Carthage. Because if you go to Tunis today, in Tunisia, the ruins of Carthage are basically nothing. Whereas, of course, Rome has had continued existence since the Roman Empire, so it continues. But Carthage was destroyed. But even Samarkand, wasn't Samarkand absolutely wiped out by... I can't remember if it was Genghis Khan or Attila the Hun, but one of them. But Samarkand exists and continues today as a major city in Kazakhstan. So it's rare that a massive town would ever be completely wiped off the face of the earth.
Come, my brothers.
But anyway, as you've seen, Mordor did take the Morannon back immediately, as expected.
Onward.
Mordor has fallen. Mordor has fallen? Erebor has fallen. Let's find out who. Moria, of all people. Oh, come on, Erebor. Right, that means that massive Mordor army is now floating around Dorwinian territory with nowhere to go. So they're going to be coming back to Dorwinian. Oh, my voice just cracked. Our army can't do anything where it is. I think we should try and keep up with the raiding, really. But Morannon's already been plucked dry. I'm tempted to just let this army keep going. We've got more than enough generals. Neither of these really matter to me. The army is made up of lower tier stuff. So let's just try and harass Mordor. If we cross at the Argonath and then come down south, we can probably hit Calenhad as well. Give them a little bit of a bruising, and just keep Mordor's attention fixed this way so that it gives Gondor enough time to try and survive. Because that's what the goal here is. Keeping Mordor from killing Gondor. Right, we've got another turn and then another turn before we can buy Amun Lank, but that's not going to be a problem. And we hold in Dane's Hall, so I think just another end turn. I'll wait until things have started building again, and then until things have built, and then we'll start shifting some money out. As I say, we don't want to go below about 10,000. I think 10,000 will be enough. 10,000 might actually buy both, but we'll worry about Dorlingvar later. But I want the forest. I'm not concerned about Leotholt, because the Woodmen have held that since the beginning of the game. They start with Leotholt, so they're welcome to continue holding that. But we make good money, and money begets money, so we should be able to grow from here. And Adrian has done so well. This is our best region now. It has everything we can get. The only place that would train better than Adrian is Caras Galadon because they get more cavalry options in Caras Galadon. But anyway, let's end the turn. Our generals continue moving. Down, 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 down. I must look into trying to extract the music from Battle for Middle-earth and getting the Tom Bombadil jingle to be the end turn jingle. I don't think it's copyrighted because I mentioned in the Battle of Middle-earth videos I wasn't going to watch the actual cutscenes because they will stop the videos from being monetized because then Warner Brothers will flag it, and then the video will still be monetized by YouTube, but all the money will go to Warner Brothers for 10 seconds of a really grainy version of a song that they own. It's just it's annoying. But in practice, actually, the only episode that was flagged was the very first one, and that was flagged because there was a 10-second uninterrupted piece of music that played, and you might have noted that I muted that because it was the only bit that was flagged, and all it was music playing, and so I thought it wouldn't matter. And since then, Elrond talks loud enough over the music that it doesn't pick it up. But anyway, our plans to go and raid Mordor have been cut a little short as they've moved out to hit us. But we'll fight them. If we can keep Mordor busy, I'm happy. And if we can keep Dorwinion empowered enough to also keep Mordor busy, then all the better. I want Dorwinion on my side, standing by me. And this is one way that we can do that. Right, they attacked us, so they've got to come and hit us. So we stand atop a hill and we pray, pray, pray to the Valar themselves. Aule, bless our hammers and swords. Manwë, bless the heavens that they may not interrupt our arrows. And Arome, bless the strength and speed of our people. Well, Tolkien should bless our strength, really. I think this hill here is going to be our best bet. I'm not sure that the standard archer line is actually going to be the best bet here, though, because we want to try and flank around a bit. No, Tom Bombadil jingle's in my head now. Down, 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 down. That's annoying, isn't it? My iteration of the jingle, not the jingle itself. I shan't hear a bad word against that jingle. Right, the enemy has trolls, the enemy has great beasts, both of which are far away, so we'll be able to get into position before they get to us. I'm not too bothered about the masses. I need those killed. How are we going to split the army between trolls and beasts? Pause. Get as much of an advantage as we can get here, please. You can't hit the great beast yet, can you? Oh, some of you can. Yep. As soon as you all can. I've already told you to attack, didn't I? There were two on that side and there were two on the other side. Ah, no. I think they're close enough. You should all be able to hit now. If I could stop moving you, that would be great. Alright, we're in. Everyone knows what their targets are. All we can do is hope that our arrows fly true. Arome is the huntsman of the Valar. Although, praising the Valar is not really that good for the Wood Elves, because the Wood Elves are made up of Sindar and, more importantly, Nandor. Neither of whom actually went all the way to Aman. And the Nandor, especially, didn't even bother getting to Beleriand. They didn't even go to the shore and then stop. They stopped almost immediately. Right, that's all you're going to do on the trolls. So if all of you can then target those great beasts, please. I'm going to do it one by one. It's almost a superstitious fear at the moment that now that it won't work, so I'm going to do it. Go, 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 go. Right, there's only a few trolls left. Oh, and some of them still dying, so that's good.
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
It's the beasts. The beasts have got to die. The beasts take so much more of a hit than trolls do, though. As you saw, the trolls, if all of these had been full strength and we'd had maybe one more, we probably would have wiped out the trolls in that charge. But the beasts, it's a different story altogether. And you four can't even hit them anymore then. They're not in your frame of reference. Come on.
Good tidings. The enemy
Yes,
general
yes.
lies dead.
That's 2 down. And with them the general. Was the general on the beasts? Oh, I think he might have been. Come on, point blank. That's 2 more. And another. Yes! And they're running amok. There you go. Yes! Oh, now how the tables might turn now. Right, if you can get out there and flank those. But pull the generals out, pull the generals out, pull the generals out. And the Tawar are only... No, actually, the Tawar should get involved. Run over there. If you can come down and hit those, you guys could just fire at will. I think we might be able to do this. What are we on? 13 pace, 45. Oh, yeah. Right, point blank halberdiers, but you guys hit those black uruks. You can now hit those black uruks.
We will smash the enemy.
You're going on those. There's enough of a grouped up force there that I think they'll be alright. How are we doing on these then? It's always nice to see arrows killing units walking directly into them. I mean, look at that. You can't miss that. You don't even need to aim. They don't even have shields. How did that kill a single one?
Only half the enemy force remains.
But you are the best unit to go against them. You're good in melee. Right, let's run you out then. And let's run you into a better position as well. In line, archers! Elves of the Woodland Realm. They've won there. So you can turn on those. You can just fire whatever you like now. Let's get you to run down there. I think we have got this. Oh, the first battle where we've actually beaten the great beasts and the trolls. It's a rare occurrence, but it happens every now and then. And today is one of those glorious days. We need those black uruks to go, though. They're killing off our melee. Oh, and they're going. Alright, so all that's left of those Moran Guard, who will rout the minute there we are.
The field. Pursue and run them
The
down.
minute we hit them. They fought on for quite a long time, given that they didn't have a real general. He was only a captain. That was a lot of resolve from the Orcs.
Utterly vanquished.
Oh, that was a fantastic
Let all
victory.
who remember this day. Remember it as the day of our most glorious victory.
Woodland Warriors 168. Woodland Warriors, well done. Well done. Oh, fantastic. Fantastisch. A wonderful little fitting end to today's episode, because that is going to be where I do end the episode. We will continue the siege of Dane's Halls, and we will move round and try and, as I say, ruin Calenhad's day by coming down from the falls of Rauros. But otherwise, we will try and buy Dol Guldur and put our attention into that, now that we've got the money for it, and hopefully the army to actually keep the peace there.
We've defeated their wretched armies.
But Mordor will threaten our little raid. Ah, they are going to dog our steps out of Mordor's lands. Oh, Gundabad, do me a favour. Dane's Halls is under attack. Why are you attacking me there now? Gundabad, I hate you. I don't think I've really said it out loud yet, but I hate you. Your nation is next to defeated. You are the weakest nation probably in the game at the moment. You are all but defeated, rather, sorry, is what I should have said. And I'm besieging the town that houses your faction heir. And against all of that, you've decided to attack a backwater village that means absolutely nothing to me or you. Where is the sense? Oh, look, my general was only 1 turn away. Well, we'll attack Gudrun. We'll easily kill him with the general there, who he doesn't know is there. So. War declared, Moria and Dale. Interesting, you've made an enemy of Dale. That might impact our ability to buy Dol Guldur, though.
Over here, elves.
Amun Lang, because we renamed it. Oh no, it did rebel against us. Oh, come off it. Oh, we're going to have to take Aknod Yorn back now. I was too hasty to move my forces out. Alright, I won't do anything, any final bits and bobs, though. I will just end the episode there. So thank you very much for watching, if indeed you have. Stay tuned this week for more of Battle of Middle-earth, and more Divide and Conquer. And as I say, the Saturday live stream at 11 o'clock British Summer Time will be the Woodland Realm, not the Ardenine. So do stay tuned for that if you're interested. But until we speak again, dear friends, Navar, Naden Pedamad Melunin, and farewell.